Getting to the end. We have our last comic coming up on the stage. She's been here before. She's fantastic. We love her. Put your hands together for Miss Leslie Battle.
I'm not used to there being other black girls here. It's a scary experience for me. And I'm a little tipsy. That's never happened before, too. You seriously believe that shit? People, come on now. I'm 43 years old. You know I've been tipsy before. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Leslie. Like I said, I am 43 years old. I have 3 children. They are ages 20, 17, and 13. And I'm going through my midlife crisis. And you know what? This shit is the bomb if you do it right. So it's been fun. I love sitting in my car, like at a stoplight, and pretending that I'm lip syncing to music, and I look over at the car next to me to see if they're looking at me because they have no idea that there's no music going on in my car. I'm devilish like that. But oh man, I'll tell you what though, just experienced the loss of my family, and this kind of proved to me that I'm a comic, because I was sitting in the funeral home thinking like, there's some humor in this, and I'm gonna find it. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm probably like the least ghetto black woman you'll ever come across. Like, you know, a few months ago when they were having the big Paula Deen scandal and everybody's like, oh my God, Leslie, what do you think about the N-word? You know, she's such a horrible person. And I'm like, N-word? What, nymphomania? I'm a fan. I think people should engage in it more often. But anyway, so I'm sitting in the funeral home and, you know, we had the viewing and everything. And I was just like, what kind of funeral do I want? Because if I leave it up to my kids, it's going to be boring. And I think I need to have a ghetto fabulous fucking funeral. I am so serious. I think there should be VIP up in the pulpit. Pastors can be dressed like pimps. You know, pop some bottles as folks come in. It's a celebration, bitches! Woo! Let the altar boys make it rain over my coffin as the pallbearers carry me out. Enjoy yourself. Oh, goodness. As part, excuse me, of my midlife crisis, I'm coming to realize that I've developed some addictions. I think I'm ready to admit that I've developed an addiction to false eyelashes. It's heavy, man. I mean, I'll not drink for a week if I need to get my touch-up done. I'm just saying. And it's funny though, because the rational part of me realizes that no dude that's desperate enough is gonna look me in the face and be like, oh hell no, bitch, your eyelids are bald, we can't do this. But still, there's something in me that's just like, oh, they flutter like butterflies. Can't make that a more rude reference. Butterflies. My other addiction is to young white men. In a pinch, a middle-aged Asian guy will do. I'm so awful. Now, I will admit it. I do tend to date white dudes because this is Ohio. There seem to be plenty of them. Just saying, don't have to look as far. And I mean, there's this part of me that kind of feels like I'm giving back to the community because I'm keeping the man down for a change. Think on that. It's funny though, because like I said, I tend to date guys that are younger than me because at 43, pretty much all of the people that aren't taken are younger than me. Oh well, gotta work with what you got. But at times I've been called a cougar. At first I was a little offended by that until I realized, well, hell, I am brown and in some places I'm fuzzy. So I decided to embrace it. It's just nature. Just nature. Tell you though, I love being a comic. I've been a comic now for about 2.5 years. It's been a good time. It's so much better than therapy because getting all of these positive ego strokes from like 50 people all at once, it's like an orgy, except everybody keeps their clothes on, usually. And I find myself going down to rural areas, you know, where there ain't a lot of brown people, and a lot of my friends are just like, wow, are you sure you want to go, out in the middle of nowhere? You don't know those people? I'm like, I don't need to be afraid of the people. I need to watch out for them damn deer. Because I will tell you right now, a rural deer is hood. Those cats will walk out 2 steps into the road, look at you like, what you coming at me with, bitch? A Nissan? Is that a fucking Nissan? Shit. Get the fuck out of here with that. Funny, first time I told that joke. A couple of days later, I was meeting a friend of mine for lunch, and I was over by Easton. I'm in the middle of the damn city, and a deer walks out in front of me like, don't sleep, bitch. My cousin told me about your ass. Yeah, Bambi sent some love. Whatever. But it's true, like I said, I'm not one of the more ghetto people that you'll come across in life. I'm trying to be involved in the art scene here, and one of my rapper friends was going to do a video, and I was like, ooh, can I be a dancer? They cast me as the accountant. And I get it, I'm not so blessed in the Chestal region. I had all my kids and everything, and people are just like, really? You've had babies and that's all you got left? And the more I think about it, I realize that my boobs are kind of like those oxygen masks in the airplane. They don't inflate, but they still work. Just saying. Anybody want to test the theory? Oh my goodness. So, the mayor of Toronto, anybody hear the news? How come people, now let's just be real here, because I consider myself a member of the iPod generation. I know I'm kind of on the outer edge of that. But we don't give a shit about the news unless somebody's getting high. But this cat had a video of him smoking crack. Well, I'm kind of impressed because at least he's proven it's not just for black people anymore. But it's so funny because this dude, he's just like, he's that frat boy that's out of control. And it's like Jim Belushi and John Candy, except set loose in the wilds of Canada. I mean, he's absolutely a reality show waiting to happen. I mean, the news has turned into a reality show thanks to this dude. I mean, he's running over people in the freaking meetings. And what's really funny is the city council now, I know he's a big guy, but he's kind of outnumbered by the rest of everybody else. But the city council's like, we can't get rid of him. I can tell you right now, if that was a brother, they'd find a way. They would find a way. Speaking of watching TV, some of my friends got me to watching Scandal. Any Scandal watchers?
Yeah! Kinda.
Fucking Olivia Pope.
Olivia! Thank you.
Fucking Olivia Pope. All the Scandal has proven to me is I got 3 years to get my law degree, move to DC, and wait until I get another white president in there before I can fuck him. Excuse me, be his publicist. I love that show though, but I kind of got my feelings hurt today because, I'm one of those nerds that'll look up the actors and see what else they've done. The actor who plays Huck, now, this will take you back. He was actually in a few episodes of the first season of Chappelle's Show. Remember the sketch where he was doing the training video for the Quick Copy place? Watch that shit again. And it's funny because, I know my memory's going and stuff, but I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait a minute, is that? Because ladies, help me out on this. Huck, you either love him or hate him. But if you do love him, you want to fuck that boy, don't you? Because anybody that can kill somebody and then go have a donut, it's got to be a tiger in bed. And that's the kind of chance some of us are willing to take. Just saying, I got some making up to do. But, like I said, I got my feelings hurt. And it's none of my business, but it turns out that the actor that plays Huck is openly gay. Not on the show, but... And I'm just like, really? something. It's always something. Always something. Anybody watch Saturday Night Live last weekend? Lady Gaga? Why the hell was R. Kelly grinding on Gaga? Was anybody else weirded out by that shit? I was like, as many times as I've seen an interracial couple, that is, I cannot unsee that shit. Because honestly, and then she came out in that second outfit with the butterfly wing, whatever the fuck was. I was like, did Liberace come back as a girl? Is this, what's going on with that? I'm confused. And I'm easily confused. But I'll tell you though, you know, like I said, my oldest son's 20 years old, and sometimes we have little disagreements. And of course, my friends will ask me, well, aren't you afraid your son's going to be offended by you dating people his age? Well, my response to that is, well, maybe you should come home on time and mom wouldn't go crazy and start dating your classmates. I'm just saying, at least you know that they don't like pancakes, but it just is what it is. Not dating my son, so. And it's funny because we say dating when we really mean fucking, let's be honest. And while we're at it, I'm all about some honesty tonight because I'm just been an emotional wreck for a little bit. But I really think that there should be like a list that when you meet somebody like in the bar, that it's perfectly okay to ask these questions. Question number 1, do you watch porn? Because I can tell you right now, dudes, don't let a chick tell you, oh no, I don't. Bitch, please. If you read 50 Shades, you watch porn. Don't play. Let's just be real, because I can tell you, if a dude knows right up front that his chick will watch some porn with him, that changes the whole playing field. It really does. Or so I've heard. Another theory to test. And then the next rule in dating that I think is not fair is don't let the other person know right off the bat how crazy you are. That always ends badly. It always does. It's funny for me, you know, like I said, I'm single. Or did I say that? I guess I insinuated it. That would be a bitch for me to be like, so I've been married for 12 years. He was 19, we got married. I was 31, carried the one. But, you know, the whole dating thing, it is kind of a trip. I'll admit that I kind of dabble with the online stuff every now and again. You know, you go where the getting's good, or at least where you think you have a chance. And I gotta be honest, fellas, if you're gonna indulge, if you could do me the favor of not indicating athletic as body type if you look like a sumo wrestler. Because that's, to me, is a little misleading. And it's funny because, you know, dudes will lie about their age just like a chick will, believe it or not. And like, I go out with this guy, takes me out to dinner. He says he's like 37, but then when it comes time to pay the check, he's got an AARP card. Pick one, yo. That's all I'm saying. Just pick one. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I went out with a 46-year-old. Some of y'all know this one, but I love this joke every time. Technically, it was a set of 23-year-old twins. They were finishing each other's sentences. Might as well have been one dude. I was only going to last 20 minutes either way, so they knew what they were getting into. Thanks to my Craigslist ad. But anyway. You guys are such an awesome crowd. It's a damn shame I can't see a single one of you. This one light right here is just like, oh, man, if I didn't know better, I would think I was getting arrested. Any you say that a little louder, you might get a deal, dude. Don't tempt me. You don't know, it's been like 15, 20 minutes. But man, we had this crazy storm the other night, right? Everybody here in town for that insanity. Was that Sunday? Have I been sober that long? For those of y'all that know me, I really don't drink alcohol on a regular basis, but this isn't all drunk. This is actually my personality. And we wonder why I'm single. But the storm, so my apartment is kind of set up kind of odd. I have a garage, and then I go upstairs into my apartment. And so my apartment is like next to another apartment, but I'm either on the second floor or there's my garage, which has to go to the outside. So the sirens are going off. And mind you, I grew up in East Texas. So I had the fear of tornadoes put in me from a very young age. And the sirens are going off. I've been watching way too many murder mystery shows. Like I love Bones and Castle. Because the sirens are going off, instead of freaking the fuck out, at first I'm just kind of like, well, what am I going to do? Then I'm just like, now wait a damn minute. If I can hear the sirens and not the storm, there ain't no damn tornado right over here. Maybe I should just get a beer. Fuck it, right? But then the more I thought about it, plus my apartment is like a mile from the airport. So, sirens are going off, the sirens stop, then I hear a plane take off. Okay, look, motherfuckers, if a plane can take off, because I know don't nobody want to get sued. I'm thinking there's no tornado in the area. Now I really want a beer because I'm pissed. It's funny, I had my grandmother's sister, my great aunt. I used to, a thunderstorm would roll in and I would pile all the blankets on my bed in the Texas heat. Because, in my pre-adolescent mind, hiding under the blanket somehow would save me if lightning struck my house and managed to pierce the roof. I don't know what I was thinking. And one time I was talking to my aunt, I was like, oh, I hate thunderstorms, I'm so scared of everything. She's like, why do you think I moved to Albuquerque? Like, oh, that explains a lot. All I gotta do is grow up and move away. And I ended up in Ohio. No, Ohio was cool. I dig Ohio. It's a cool place. Lots of different things to do, lots of different things to see. I mean, geez, you get out of Columbus like 15, 20 minutes out of Columbus and you're in the holler. I'm sorry. There's that whole demographic variation that's just all right here. But, oh man, anybody want winter to come? I don't. I'm not looking forward to it. Anybody want to hear a story? I'll tell you a story about me and Ice and how we don't get along. Then I'll wrap it up. For those of you that don't know, which is pretty much everybody in the room, well, except for a couple people, Steve knows this. I'm also a soldier in the National Guard. I've been in the Army for longer than most of y'all have been alive. Don't rub my nose in it. I do know how to shoot weapons when I'm in a controlled circumstance. But nonetheless, so at the end of the day, I grew up learning how to drive in Texas. In Texas, when it's cold and the road gets just a little bit slippery, they're like, all you motherfuckers go home right now. Which in and of itself is probably not the best decision to make when we all recognize that nobody can drive in this shit, but I digress. So we had this late winter storm. It was the end of March. And I end up hitting a patch of ice on a bridge, which of course, you don't realize you hit the patch of ice until your car goes crazy. I really would have appreciated the warning. So my car turns around, there's a 180, I'm on 70, heading eastbound, but facing westbound, looking at the grill of a semi. Somehow I managed to keep my pants unsoiled. I'm very proud of myself for that fact. So the car is skidding backwards, I end up skidding into the median, and there's like a deer crossing sign, and so my car is like skidding toward the deer crossing sign. I'm like, damn, can I catch a break today, right? Well, the car stops. Just so happens there's a state trooper, and he comes over, he's like, look, I'll walk around your car, check it out. If there's no damage, we don't have to do a report. Sweet. So I get on the cell phone, call the ex, which for once in my life, I haven't bitched about him too much tonight, so you guys were lucky, because you would know exactly how bitter I am when I start telling the stories about him. But long story short, this was before the cell phones were like super sophisticated. So I call him and I'm like, look, I need to get winched out of the median and then, I'll be on my way. He's freaking the fuck out. I'm like, dude, I said don't panic. If it was a state trooper calling you instead of me, then I could see it. But I'm just saying call. So I end up like hanging up on him. Because it's just like, I'm the one in the middle of the fucking highway in the ice storm. You're at home in the warm. I'm just asking you to pick up the damn phone book and look up the damn, tow truck people or whatever. In other words, dudes, you don't handle stress well. And that's why we have the babies. I'm Leslie Bowell, everybody. Thank you so much for being such a great crowd. Get Mr. Stevie back up here.
Put your hands together for Leslie Bowell.